I think we left off with question 31, didn't we?
Yes. Well, 31's the next question we're supposed to ask. Yes.
Right.
Whose turn is it?
I forgot. What was your question?
I literally
again,
for all those who don't understand, Matt had to go take his brother to work, so it's been a good while since we've done this already, and we've completely forgot who went last time. Oh my jeez. What did we leave? My last question was, do you follow religion?
Oh, actually,
what was your last
I think
question?
I was like the last one I asked you. Yeah, I asked you what show you watched last. I think I was like the last
Yes,
one.
I think when I answered that, that's when I heard your brother walk in, and so yeah, it's definitely my turn to ask you another question.
Okay, so you go ahead.
So, Matt, what is your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? It's a tie between two different ones. One that I've loved since I was a kid, which is Jaws, classic movie, and one that came out in the 90s, which I didn't actually see until like last year, which was The Shawshank Redemption, which is like it's a movie based on a short novella by Stephen King, and I normally am a big fan of his work, but like The Shawshank Redemption was really good.
Did you say novella?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I've never heard of that.
Novella means like it's a term for a book that's not really like it has like enough to be a small book, but it's not really like a novel. It's more like a short story. So
okay,
it's formatted like
I've
a book.
Literally
so it's like,
never heard of that term. That's why I'm saying like,
so
holy crap.
It typically is like a book that consists of like 100 pages or less. That's typically what novella is. Like.
Okay.
So, not quite enough to be like a full novel, but yeah, it's either Jaws or The Shawshank Redemption. Both are great films, and if you haven't seen them, I'd recommend them immensely because they're both really good. Okay. Devin, who was like the last person you talked to?
Who was the last person does it count if it's you, because I'm talking to you right now?
I guess so.
But if it's not you, the last person I talked to would probably be my either my mother or my father.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, what if you actually said it's like who was the last person I talked to? It's Matt. And I'm like, yeah.
20 years ago.
20 years ago. Oh god, that's a long time.
Have you ever had your heart broken?
Absolutely, yeah. With my last girlfriend, and I also want to say years ago when my grandmother passed away as well. That was a pretty big one too. But yeah, the biggest one I would say is probably my girlfriend and I breaking up a couple years ago.
It's kind of healthy though to have your heart broken at least once in life, because if you've never had your heart broken, like, you really don't have room to learn that emotion, you know?
You're gonna experience grief either way, so.
Yeah, like
the relationship between you and the person you last texted.
Mother and son?
Yeah, that's a weird question.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird one. Like, okay. Damn, is this like, are these just a questions from like a bunch of spies who just want to know where I am?
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm secretly trying to get into like, you're like, who is this person?
I love it. What is the most insulting thing to do in your opinion?
The most insulting thing?
To do in your opinion, yes.
Ooh, most insulting thing. I'm trying to think like verbally or like physically. It's probably gonna be a generic answer, but probably just disrespecting others around you. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I'm not a big fan of like people who make like lazy insults, like saying like you're stupid or you're a child, or like just meaningless insults basically.
It's practically a self-insult if you have to use a dumb insult to somebody else. It's like, you're stupid. Yeah, well, you're dumb enough not to be able to come up with something better.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like that's probably like the most generic answer, but that's what I would probably say. Yeah,
I think if I were to answer that question, it would be mocking someone. Like, literally, like, basically mouthing everything they do or say.
Mm-hmm. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food, huh? Probably spicy peppers.
Really? Out of everything you could ever eat, really?
Yeah, I love spicy peppers. Like, I eat, like, jalapenos and habaneros and chilies and stuff right off the stem. It's a weird high for me, like food high. Like, I'll eat it just for the fun of eating it, you know?
I don't know if I can go that far without eating. Like, I don't like. I like spicy food, but I can't eat too much of it before I start like just dying.
Yeah, I feel that. If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
My weight, for sure. I mean,
I'm on that same boat.
I don't know. I mean, like, I currently weigh, like, around, like, 240, but, like, I definitely would like to get back down to, like, 200, because, years ago, I used to be, like, much thinner, but, like, over the years, because of, like, stress and because, of certain circumstances, I just became a bit more, I became a bit chunkier. I mean, I'm still able to walk, and I'm still able to do my job just fine, but it's just, like, I would like to have a bit of a leaner body, if I'm being honest.
You're not fat, you're fluffy.
Exactly. But yeah, if that's something I would change about myself, then probably that. I mean, physically.
Yeah.
Mentally, I would probably like to, just become, like, more confident in myself, I guess I could say.
Understandable.
So, yeah. What is your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday? Thanksgiving. Because... one, there's a lot of food, and I love food, especially Thanksgiving food. Like, I love stuffing, and I love, like, the cranberry sauce and stuff, and the turkey, of course. And then, and the best part about that is that the turkey makes me tired. So after a really good meal, I get to nap the rest of the day.
Nothing better than that, right?
Holy crap, it's so fun.
Nice.
Have you ever called your teacher mom or dad?
What? No.
You haven't ever done that? You've never accidentally called your teacher mom or dad?
No.
For me, I actually have. Back in kindergarten, I accidentally called my teacher mom, and everybody looked at me like, what the fuck?
I've never done that. No, I can't say I've ever done that. I mean, I might have like had a teacher who was probably married and maybe like mispronounced it as Mrs. or Miss, or maybe, you know, if someone's married, like you usually say Mrs., but like I think I might have said Miss, but that's probably the worst I've ever done. So, yeah, no, I haven't. No.
That's amazing. You're one of the lucky ones. Then you didn't go through that weird, embarrassing experience.
I've had my fair share of embarrassing stories in high school, but like those are from the time.
That's just not one of them, huh?
Yeah. Place you want to visit.
Place I want to visit. Oh, we're back to the again. Probably. Like, I want to say California, but, like, it's so expensive to live over there. Or even just, like, visit, you know? Like, it would be really expensive just to plan the trip and stuff. I guess if I were to go somewhere, like, closer by, it'd be New York. Because I really want to see New York City.
New York.
My mother's been recently, but I've never been, and I really want to. I want to see Ground Zero. How many relationships have you been in?
Just one real relationship. Back in, like I said, it was like freshman year or so.
Quick and easy answer. I love it.
I mean, I've had other times like where I've like dated someone, but like I wouldn't say that they developed into full relationships. So yeah,
it was just kind of like a hey, this might happen, but it might not. So let's just see where it takes us.
It was like a let's try it out and see how it works, and that was yeah.
That's literally what mine was, and then it became serious, and that was the worst idea ever. I'm really hating on my ex right now. The entire video, it's just like, hey, this was a mistake.
I have like a lot of like love questions apparently.
I love how many relationship questions. This has just turned into the relationship game. It's like the Newlyweds game for YouTube.
Yeah. The last place you were.
The last place I what?
The last place you were. Where was the last place you were?
In my seat?
That's really...
I think?
I guess just anywhere. Like maybe if you like you went to like the bathroom before this or something. I don't know.
If it's before the seat like that I'm sitting in right now, it was probably out in my kitchen when I just put my bowl in the sink because I had lunch in between when Matt had to go somewhere.
What kind of question is that? The last place you were?
I literally don't know. Like, what is that? What website do I have to attack because of this?
Like, what kind of question? That's a weird question.
Love it. What is something you do when no one is watching? This is fucked up.
Something I do when no one is watching. When no one is watching. preferably sleeping, hopefully. I hope no one's watching me while I sleep.
You know what would be the biggest insult for YouTubers is making YouTube videos? What is something you do when absolutely no one watches you? YouTube.
Yeah.
That'd be the biggest insult ever.
I don't know. I don't do anything immoral while I'm like, well, I'm by myself. At least I hope not.
Matt secretly travels the country in his sleep.
Like I'm pretty good at doing like astral projections. I'm like floating through the air and shit.
Matt makes rocket plans while he's in his sleep. And he wakes up and he just sends them off to NASA.
I'm plotting world domination.
You're platting, I love it.
Plotting world domination.
I'm platting world domination.
Do you currently have a crush?
Do I currently have a crush? Yes. I do. She's in my pop vocal ensemble class. And she's the nicest being I've ever met. And and she's also herself, which is kind of why I've gotten that feeling. Like I said beforehand, if you're yourself, it really does go a long way. And because she's herself, and I know she's herself, and I know who she is as a person. Like, I'm that more interested in her, and just in general, she's really, really kind. Mm-hmm. Not to mention her voice is amazing. Like, she's really stage frighty, but she's got an amazing voice.
I'm sure.
What is your favorite video game?
Ori and the Blind Forest. No questions asked. Well, years ago it used to be Red Dead Redemption, and I still love that game a whole lot, the first one. But when I first played it back in 2015, Ori and the Blind Forest, I should say, ever since then it's just been my favorite video game. It's beautiful, the soundtrack is fucking incredible. I love it. It has a very heartwarming story, and like granted, you could talk about the gameplay and say whether it's fun or not, but I mean, like, for me, it's like the experience you get from it, and I just love the game a lot. The combat, it's engaging, the story is fun, it's exciting, it's thrilling, I like the music. It's just a very polished game, it looks beautiful, and yeah, I can't speak. I literally have bought in the game for so many Steam friends. In fact, Devin actually is playing it right now, and everyone I've given it to said that so far they've liked it as well, which I'm glad that they do, so...
And it's literally the cool part about it is that even though its main like aspect of it is like the scenery and the graphics and stuff, like, it's not too easy where it's only relying on the graphics, but it's also not too hard to the point where it becomes a rage game. Unless you watch my live stream VODs, where in that point I rage drastically at every given moment ever.
Even if I'm there helping you out.
Even when he's there telling me what to do, I keep messing up. We will eventually continue that series, by the way, like on my channel. It's been kind of asleep for a while because of OBS.
Yeah.
But hopefully it does come back soon.
For sure. The last time you kissed someone.
The last time I kissed someone. Probably my ex, which was a bad idea.
There's so many questions about your ex. Oh my god.
I know, like, literally, all these are gearing way towards my ex.
I swear to God, this wasn't intentional. It just happened. It just, like, these questions fell into my lap. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's just like after the breakup, like, I just have not had really that much interest in getting into a serious relationship again. Mm-hmm. Like, until at least I got to college, you know.
Right.
So it's like it's been kind of quiet in my life lately. Thank God. And it's peaceful. I like it, but you know, obviously there comes a time where I do end up having to find somebody.
Which will be soon.
What is the reason you joined YouTube?
Oh God. Well, back in like this is like young Matthew, back in like 2007, 2008, when I just learned what the internet was back at that time, practically. I heard about the idea of YouTube. It was just like, you know, YouTube was way different back in this time. Like, it was like a lot of random silly stuff. You know, like, it was a time when like YouTube was not dominated by corporations and stuff. It was just very simple back then. It was kind of almost just a place you could just post silly shit and just move on with your day. So my brother and I, we actually just thought of doing some sketch comedy videos, and we posted them to YouTube. And at the time, I just did YouTube because, you know, he wanted to do it, and I was like, okay, we'll do them. They're fun.
It's sketch comedy.
Yeah.
And are any of these videos still public?
Huh?
Are any of your sketch comedy videos like really off-topic question?
Oh yeah, they're still public. Yeah, I just they're still public. In fact, if you guys are interested, like I'm not even talking about like my old channel, my old personal channel. I'm talking about like 3-4 years before I even started like my old channel. They're still alive. You can go see them. I would recommend you not, because I swear you probably, your ears will probably bleed. But
I need to find these.
I'll show you afterwards. But essentially, yeah, like during that time, it was mostly just for sketch comedy videos and just to like hopefully entertain people. But like as I got older and I made the Mattercraft channel, my entire intention was just to make content that like I would want to see, like some content that hopefully people would find interesting, and at least hopefully at some point I can make you laugh or maybe make you cry at some point if I played a funny game or a sad game. But
and then he accidentally became a Doki tuber.
Well, I created the mod, like yeah. Like I granted, like my channel took off more in popularity because of Outcast.
You definitely drove down that road for a good chunk of the time. I can tell in the videos and stuff.
Yeah, but I've tried to branch off and just do things that I would find interesting. Like I have the Why I Love series. I do like Let's Plays. I do like discussions, reviews, you know. Stuff like that. Stuff that I would find interesting and stuff that I would find entertaining, and just it's a way to kind of break up the Let's Play syndrome that I used to have, because I would just do like solely Let's Plays. So, yeah.
I'm not gonna say any words about that because that's literally who I am.
No, it's fun if you do that, but my point being is that like I just did YouTube because it was a way to like not only entertain people but also just to have fun and like learn some editing skills and like learn how to use Photoshop for thumbnails and just kind of better myself in a way while delivering content for people who would probably like to watch it.
Right.
So. Alright, Devin. The last time you were insulted.
The last time I was insulted. Oh, the funny thing is I get jokingly insulted on a daily basis. And I can't think of one specific moment. If it's anything, it's because of the way I pronounce my words sometimes. Like, my family, and a lot of friends, too, tend to really catch me on the way I say things. Because it's not like a normal accent. Like, I'm American. Like, I grew up in America, and, like... And to a lot of people, I sound weird, like not American to them, and they say like, "Why do you say that? Like, why do you say this word like that?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I've never heard it in my own voice, but they hear it all, and I know that it's probably real because that like there's more than like a few people telling me and bringing this up to me. Like some of the cave crawlers and stuff bring it up to me, and even my family brings it up to me, and it's like, okay, I still don't hear what's going on, but I believe you that it probably sounds weird, but it doesn't sound weird to me at all because that's literally how I talk. Like, it's just nothing I can help, you know? It's
just your dialect and preferences, I guess.
I don't even know if it's like my preferences. It's just something that it's occurred over time. Like it was never brought up to me like when I was a kid. It wasn't until like probably like starting in high school that I started sounding that way. You know, it's like it's to me it's really weird. Like I've never noticed a change in my voice, nor in the way I say things. So the fact that they've noticed that and I can't is just kind of creepy to me, you know?
Yeah. Some people tend to pay more attention than others, I guess.
I guess so, huh? Do you prefer coffee or tea?
Coffee, without question. I really like tea.
I love how fast you were on the buzzer.
On certain questions, I just know. Like, I mean, I like tea a lot. Actually, I really like tea. But in fact, I used to actually hate coffee, but now I love coffee. So, I actually used to like tea before I did coffee, but now I love coffee with.
I told myself that I was going to start getting more into tea because tea tastes great. It's just I don't have it as often as I used to. Like I wish I would have more tea. Not that I'm ever going to quit coffee, but like I'd love to have more tea, like during the daytime and stuff, you know.
Just yeah. I in fact, if you guys didn't know, I used to actually work at a coffee shop as a barista. So like that should show you how much I like coffee.
All right, Matt, I got to pause for a second. What's up? I am. Oh, a pepper. You picked a couple of peppers. Yes.
Hot.
This is the hot one?
Not hot.
Okay. Oh my god, it's so small and it's...
Fat.
It's like a baby nipple pepper.
Short and fat.
Thanks.
Was that Tim or something?
No, that was my mother. You
Oh.
remember how I said earlier that, like, my favorite food was, like, spicy peppers?
Yeah.
She literally just walked in and gave me 2 jalapenos.
Nice.
I just have 2 peppers on my desk to be ready to eat later on now. See, they know me well.
They do know you.
I love it.
All right. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, this is actually a good question. What instruments do you play, Devin?
What instruments do I play?
The electric triangle.
Okay, this is like, here's, it's gonna end up being a list real quick because there's just too much to count.
Really?
I have, like, I play, if you count guitar as one category, then guitar, I consider them different because some guitars are different, like in the style of playing and stuff. So I play acoustic guitar, which is actually funny because I've got a couple, like, on both sides of me. I play ukulele, I play electric guitar, I play bass, even though I don't own one. I play the piano, I play the trumpet.
Oh my god, Devin.
I mean, I guess you could count the harmonica, but I mean, it was just a kiddie thing that I did back then.
Yeah.
And I dabbled a bit in drums a while back, but I haven't played a whole lot of drums lately. But I definitely know,
you play
like,
a lot
some...
more than I expected you to say. I knew the acoustic guitar was one you played because you've played that in DM calls before, but
I used to play the recorder. I guess technically my voice is an instrument, so that's already 10.
Yeah.
And there's probably more not off the top of my head.
Are you a throat player? You're a is that what you call?
Like I said, I'm huge into music and stuff. I play a lot of instruments.
I used to want to play piano, and for a while I actually did have a guitar, but I just never really took it any further. I mean, I don't know. It would be something nice to get into, especially because it probably would be helpful in the future. But as of right now, I guess I'll just leave that as it is.
I think we already established this, Matt, but what's your age?
I'm 21. I'll be 22 in September this year.
Oh, that's right. That's coming up close, isn't it? That's literally next month.
Again, I'm a fucking dinosaur. Okay, I'm old. I know. You can see the bags in my eyes because like how old I'm getting.
I love it.
What was the last sport you played? I think I know this one.
Do you, though?
Yeah, last sport you played?
What's my last sport?
I'm gonna guess tennis, but I'm not sure.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, remember, you mentioned that. You mentioned that it in the vlog. Remember?
Did I?
Yes, you mentioned how you actually had to like take things back because of your schedule and because you actually were gonna go back into tennis.
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot. I don't know my own channel anymore.
Maybe I really am.
I love how Matt knows.
I really am a fanboy of yours, I guess.
Matt literally knows more about my channel than I do. I love it.
Yeah.
I guess that means you're a die-hard fan. That's all that means.
I'm a
I love
die-hard
it.
fan.
But yes, tennis was the last sport I played, and I do play other sports, but I play competitive tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was on the team, like, and I was on the team at my college before Corona hit and stuff. What was your uniform in school?
I never had one. Thankfully, my school didn't require uniforms. But then again, I went to public school. We didn't. I don't know. I don't know if it's like common for like public schools to have uniforms, but we never had them. I know
don't
like
think
private
it is,
schools.
because
I think it's more typically private schools that have them.
Yeah,
but we never
definitely.
had one. I mean, obviously we had like certain things you had to abide by. Like you couldn't wear like heavy jewelry. You couldn't have like.
Oh yeah, there's always a
like,
dress code, obviously, because it's a public building and stuff.
But typically, I mean like. I can tell you what I wore most of the time. It was a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. That's it.
Literally me. Except I'd also wear a sweatshirt more times than not, especially in the colder weather.
Yeah, I'm a pants guy, so. Oh my god.
Oh no, here we go.
Okay, Devin. What is your favorite chat up line?
What?
What is your favorite chat up line?
What's a chat up line?
I guess it's like a pickup line, just like like the really cheesy things you say to girls to like hopefully attract them.
Or what if a chat up line is like just like kind of a conversation starter?
Sure, if you want to do it, use it as that.
We'll do that, because I don't use pickup lines like a normal pickup romantic line or whatever. I don't use those. Those are god-awful. That shit stays on Tinder for a reason.
I remember hearing those things back in, like, the early 90s, and they were outdated even back then.
I guess my conversation starter for anybody, really, is just, hey, how's it going? Or what's up, you know?
Okay. Alright.
Like, because more times than not, I probably already know the person, because I'm really antisocial when it comes to starting conversations, so the only way I can really start one is just by saying, hey, what's up, yo.
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 Yo. Alright.
What is your ideal date night?
Ideal date night?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm kind of a traditional guy in the sense that I like to, like, if it's like a first time date, I'd like to go somewhere where I can actually get their attention. Like, I like to go to like a coffee shop, or I like to go to the park and just talk to them personally. I mean, I don't mind going to like dinner, and I don't mind going to movies, but the thing with the movie is that, like, I think a movie is a nice date to do further down in the relationship, because that way you actually know the person. And you could be like, hey, what movie you want to go see? And at that point, you know the person. So I feel like that way, it's kind of more of like just kind of like a fun little, date just to have, the movies. But like, when it comes to like dating someone for the first time, I like to go to like a coffee shop or like dinner, or maybe just like take a walk with them. Like, I don't know. To me, like, that sounds like a lot of fun. Unless they're like a gamer, then I'll take them over and show them my game collection. But, but yeah, like, that's my kind of ideal date. Like, going to get coffee and like just like having a nice conversation. So.
I just ate the pepper. I ate 2 bites of the pepper.
I was about to ask my next question. You okay?
Yeah, I'm great. Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay. The last time you hung up with someone.
Hung out?
Yeah.
What month is it now, Corona? It was probably like a morning before college, before it became online. And it was with Tom at his place.
Okay.
Which you guys don't know who that is, but it's a friend of, he's one of the cave crawlers.
Okay.
What is your favorite genre of music?
Favorite genre of music? Okay. 80s music, I'm big into 80s music. Jazz, I really like jazz. I listen to it, like, quite often, actually. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is, it's always soothing to me. I like rock, and I'm also really, really big into, I don't know if this is like a separate category, but I really like orchestral music. I mean, I tend to like music without lyrics most of the time, just because I feel like that's more relaxing to me in a way. So, orchestral, jazz is a big one. I really like jazz, and
it's like a lot of like cinematic kind of stuff you're kind of into.
Yeah, kind of like piano, like, just things that go well together. I mean, I can't really I don't know all the names or anything like that of music. You guys probably could explain it better than I could, but like, yeah, just orchestral and jazz are big ones for me. So,
my mouth is sizzling, by the way, just so you know.
I'm sure. Drink some water, dude. Yeah.
Dude, water's bad. What people think that soda and water help spice, especially pepper spice. It does not.
That was actually.
It actually makes it worse.
That was actually a joke. I was like seeing if you actually would fall for it or not.
I'm just saying, if you, what you should do, and I've never tried this, but I heard it works really, really well, is take a spoonful of sugar, and just down a spoonful of sugar, and apparently that really helps. And then if that doesn't work, there's always a cup of milk. There's always bread. There's so many alternatives that actually work than water and the soda.
I think peanut butter actually works pretty well too. I think
does it?
I think the proteins in peanut butter actually help break down the bonds of the acidic nature. So
I've never actually tried peanut butter.
I don't know how well that works in comparison to like milk or sugar, but I've heard that peanut butter can be a good remedy if you don't have those. But normal beds or bunk beds?
Well, I mean, I grew up most of my my childhood with bunk beds, but I prefer normal beds.
Yeah.
And I don't even have a normal bed right now. I got a freaking futon, and it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
Will you ever change yourself for someone else?
Will I ever change I guess. If it affects me positively, sure. But like, if it's to change my personality or like change me in a negative way, no, I won't do that. No. Like if I was dating someone and they said like, "Hey Matt, your hair's kind of a little goofy," or like, if it's like long and it probably needs a trim, I'd be like, okay, I can see that, because like I do typically like to keep my hair short, but if it's a lot of petty shit, then no, I'm not gonna do that. No.
Yeah, so. Good for you for sticking out for yourself first, because like anybody, like male or female, the person in a relationship that should always come first is you and your mental state. Like if you already don't feel like your mental state's good enough for that relationship, don't be in that relationship. Try and get out of it. But if somebody already if somebody at any time in the relationship asks you to physically change something about you or your personality or physical traits that's been with you for literally years, that's already a red flag. It's a no-go. And that goes for both male and female. Like there's nothing about who should have more of like the upper say. Relationships, in my opinion, all need to be on equal level. Right. And if one acts more superior than the other, well then the other one that's not so superior better get the fuck out of there.
Get the foop out of here. Oh, okay. Apparently this question actually was over here too. Coffee or tea, Devin?
Yeah, I seem to get a lot of repeats too, because I remember the reason you joined YouTube was also on mine as well.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you say, coffee or tea?
Yes.
Coffee, probably both actually. I always do coffee in the morning, like no matter what, and every now and then I will have tea. But I'd love to get into doing it a lot more though.
Okay.
What is your favorite book? I think you've actually answered this one.
No, I think you actually asked me what my favorite author was. Favorite book though, it's by my favorite author. It's Hatchet, the Gary Paulson Hatchet. It's a middle school grade level reading book. I mean, it's not that long of a book, but I really liked it. I remember it being
novella.
I'm sorry.
Novella.
No, The Shawshank Redemption was the novella.
Oh, okay.
But no. So like Hatchet, it's a quick. It's like 200-300 pages, I think, about a boy who actually gets stranded in the wilderness, and he tries to survive against its harsh nature, because he survives a plane crash because of the pilot dying mid flight, and so he has to like take all the knowledge he's learned from surviving in the woods with his father to find a way to not only survive but hopefully wait long enough for someone to come find him. And
damn,
it was one of the first books I remember reading that actually felt like my gateway into like adulthood, I guess. I read it back like in 7th or 8th grade, and it felt like a visceral book because they talk about a lot of things. They talk about how he gets like cut and bruised, and like how at one point he actually gets poisoned because of certain food he eats in the wilderness, and how like a bear almost comes by and attack him. Like a lot of tense moments, and like it just stuck with me ever since I read it. I haven't read it in years, but I have a copy
very
of it,
action-packed.
So, what's up?
It sounds very action-packed.
Yeah.
For a middle school book? Holy crap, dude.
Oh yeah, that's the thing I liked about Gary Paulson. Like I said, Gary Paulson, he's a teen fiction novel writer, but he tends to base a lot of his stuff off of events that like were kind of somewhat personal to him. And while they're not 100% factual, keep in mind a lot of the stuff he writes about is stuff that he somewhat experienced in real life. And Hatchet is just... Again, it's probably, obviously people would probably say like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is my favorite trilogy of books. I can't deny that. But my favorite personal book is still Hatchet. It's a great book. Anyway. What is your favorite video game, Devin?
My favorite video game? Because I got a lot of games I play on a very regular basis. That's the problem. Like... I've got a few favorites, you know what I mean?
We'll name a couple.
Like I literally have a Steam category called Veteran Games, and it's a bunch of games that I play on a regular basis. You know what? Let's just open up Steam and go down that list, shall we? I am literally doing this. If only it wouldn't take 20 minutes.
We're gonna be here for a while, folks.
Thank you, fucking finally, goddamn. Okay, let's go down. You know what? I'm gonna include some of the ones. I'm gonna include some of the non-Steam ones that are in my non-Steam category as well. Only a couple though, or not even a couple. It's mainly just one. But the one that's non-Steam is Minecraft. Obviously, anybody who knows me well enough should know I like Minecraft. And down the list we go. So you got American Truck Simulator, which is funny because you don't, just looking at me YouTube-wise, you'll never expect that from me. Call of Duty, I've been big on. Counter-Strike, Doki Doki Literature Club. I played the story mode to For Honor, which is an amazing story. Gary's Mod is another really fun game. GTA, I enjoyed the story mode way more than the online. Left 4 Dead was a good one. I love the Lego Star Wars series. Red Dead, Portal, Terraria. A Stick Fight's another good. It's not a favorite, but it's one that I do enjoy playing. And I think that's about it. There's not a whole lot of other games I guess on another like non-Steam basis, I enjoy a lot of Pokemon games.
Oh yeah.
Are you a dog lover or a cat lover?
I like both, but I prefer dogs. I've had dogs ever since I was basically a child. I mean, like, granted, I've never seen one live out its entire life within my family, but like I've had one dog that I've held onto for years now, and I've mentioned her videos before. She's Lucky. She's my doggo, and yeah, I've had cats before. I'm not saying I haven't had cats, and I do like cats, but if I had to prefer one, it would be dogs. Dogs are just, I just like their nature. I like their playful nature and how they can be chill, but I don't know. They're both are great, but I prefer dogs.
I've always grown up in the cat. I'm being pinged on Discord, yay. I guess having OBS not open this time around actually allows me to be pinged on video, so it actually doesn't matter because it's not recording any of my desktop audio, but I can still hear the pings going in my headphones. It's just hilarious. But yeah, no, I come on, shut up, Discord. I grew up with cats, so like basically when my grandmother died when I was like in 3rd grade, we took my cat Izzy home that same afternoon that I went to school. Well, the same afternoon of the day where we found out that she had died. So we took home the cat, and it's been with us ever since. I'm in college now, and this cat is still running up and down the hallways.
Okay. What is your favorite movie?
What is my favorite movie, huh? Probably The Greatest Showman. It's a very, very good musical. A lot of people really hate it for some reason, but I love it. It's a really, really good show. It's a really, really, really good, like, story to it. It's literally a movie about the story of P.T. Barnum and his circus. And it's I don't know how much, non-fiction there is in that movie. I'm certain there's a lot of, same ideas of real life. But for the most part, the music numbers are great. And it's got Zac Efron and Hugh Jackman in it, because who doesn't like those two? And then just in general, like, it's like, you get the feels there's very up and jumpy parts about the movie, and then there's also really, really down and depressing parts of the movie, which really balances it out, Mm-hmm. And that's what I really like about it.
Okay.
What is your favorite color?
Favorite color is, see, like, I really like, dark red, but, like, I also am a big fan of, like, kind of like a really, like, light blue, patriotic blue, so, if I had to say which one I prefer, like, maybe as, like, a clothing, I'd say blue, but, like, especially because, like, blue's in my logo, so, I just like, I just like
everything,
blue.
you say everything but your logo until you finally say your logo.
I was just, like, because, like, for a while it used to be green, but then it turned to red, and now it's blue, so, like, yeah, I would say blue. I think blue's, and it's a pleasing color, and I just think it has, like, a lot of variety in terms of, like, the clothing you can wear and just how it looks. So blue.
Nice.
Do you prefer morning or evening?
I
definitely prefer morning, honestly.
Probably the morning, because, like, I feel when you're kind of in that half asleep state, you feel a little more relaxed than in the evening where, like, you're already sweating your ass off because of the fucking summer temperatures. And just the fact that, like, you've done a lot, like, your morning day is just starting, so you're not really thinking about what you're gonna do or what you have done yet until the evening rolls around, where it's like you've already done a bunch of shit, and it's like, you know what? My life sucks.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite YouTuber?
Favorite YouTuber is myself, of course. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No.
I did not expect that whatsoever. Holy shit, that was so narcissistic.
I know. Yeah. No. Favorite YouTuber. I don't know. I mean, like, I've had like a lot of favorite different YouTubers over the years. Like when I first like, I don't know, like back in like 2011, 2012, like I was really big into Biscuit. Like just not just the gaming stuff, but like his like overall demeanor and like what he did like on his main channel. And then for a while it became Markiplier. And then I don't even know honestly nowadays. Like I don't really watch Marka as much as I used to, but I still like him and respect him for who he is. But yeah, it's really hard to say if I have a favorite YouTuber nowadays. I mean, they're all unique, and the thing is, I don't watch just gaming anymore. I tend to watch like a lot of like discussion videos, analysis videos, and like stuff like that. Just because, you know, sometimes I would prefer just to be playing a game, and sometimes I also just like to listen to things in the background, and I like listening to like discussion videos and just like detailed like analysis and stuff like that. It's really complicated, but yeah, I can't really say if I have a definitive one, but if I had to go for a default, it'd be Markiplier. So
okay. Well, no, the funny thing about that, I know it's not my question, but the funny thing about that question, who is your favorite YouTuber, is it's really unexpected for like a style channel for me, because like I'm all about like gaming and like music and stuff. So when somebody asks me who my favorite YouTuber is, I surprise them with a channel that's completely unexpected for a person like me. Mm-hmm. My favorite channel is and you don't have to put this in the video, but it's just something I want to like inform you of because it's really, really weird. But I think my favorite channel has to be a channel called Nile Red, and he is a scientist, like a chemistry scientist, who does a bunch of like science experience and like mixes chemicals and stuff. Mm-hmm. And does a bunch of different things with a bunch of different, you know, items and stuff like that. Like he'll extract gold from like jewelry. He'll extract he'll extract like bismuth, I think it is, from Pepto-Bismol. Okay. He's done a lot of weird, wacky experiences or experiments that just for some reason I love chemistry, and watching his channel like just really puts like it's funny the kind of things you can do with science. It's just hilarious.
You know, back in high school I had like 7 science classes, even though I was only required to take 3, but I took 7.
I think I probably only took the minimum 3, honestly.
Yeah, well, that was back during like when I wanted to actually be a science teacher, but like my kind of mindset changed. I still like science, but it just kind of changed over the years again. So yeah, it's fun. I think it was my turn now, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
We're getting close.
What the hell is this? Biscuit or cookie?
Cookie, hands down. They're soft, they're chewy. Biscuits can be soft, but more times than not, they're a little more crunchy. Mm-hmm.
That's it?
I love cookies. I love cookies.
That's it. That's just it.
Yeah, exactly. Are you addicted to any game?
I mean, like, as much as I love Ori, I wouldn't say I'm like addicted to it because I'm not playing it all the time. It's my favorite game, but even your favorite games you don't play all the time. So recently it's been Minecraft. Minecraft I got back into again. For a while I was really hooked on Red Dead Redemption 2.
Because of yours truly.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2 was a big one as well when I got back, when that came to PC. Like, that was a really, really big game that took up, like, I have like 200 hours, I think, onto it. It's ridiculous.
Already 200 hours? Holy shit, Matt.
Yeah.
I've got like 36.
I loved it. And that was with me playing it on the PS4 as well. On the PS4 I got like easily over 100 hours into it, but then like it came back to PC and I started playing it even more than I did before because it's more tolerable to play on PC for me. So, yeah, it's a big one right now, there's Minecraft, obviously. So,
yeah.
Alright, and my final question is your favorite hobby, Devin?
My favorite hobby, hands down, music, because music has been in my life since I was a little boy.
A little boy.
And I write music nowadays. I do like every day of my life has resolved around music. Like, I've always done something regarding music in my day-to-day basis. Like even in these days, like, you know, where I'm sitting right now, I literally have a guitar right next to me whenever I want to start playing it.
Yeah.
And when I'm not playing guitar, I usually bring in my piano. I'll play that for a bit, or sometimes I'll legitimately like go into like my recording software, and I'll start recording like a bunch of different tracks and stuff for MIDI instruments that are built into the program, and then I'll sing to those. You know.
Okay. Well, anyway, guys, this has been the TMI. Too much. Well, guys, that has been the Too Much Information Q&A, or TMI. Devin, I really want to thank you for coming on here, buddy. This was a lot of fun.
Man.
This was a lot of fun, so...
I know, we learned a lot of things that we would not have expected to hear from each other in a long while.
No, Devin, just don't run away from me, okay?
I swear, I only did it on accident.
Anyway, guys, this has been Mattercrafter. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to go take a look at Devin's stuff down in the description below. Super cool guy, love his stuff, makes great content, and in the meantime, guys, this has been Mattercrafter and Devin asking each other too many questions that should not be answered by anyone ever. And I will talk with you guys very soon. You guys have a wonderful day. Take care.